Today we're going to be talking about how to organize your Speechcraft. We've been talking about Speechcraft recently because we're talking about, we've gotten a few new members here. We're going to try to get them all up to speed. Today we're going to talk about how to organize it and make sure that it runs really smoothly. Today's agenda, we're going to talk about very briefly what is Speechcraft. Not really the focus of the speech, but just in case some of us aren't up to speed. Then we're going to go over the Speechcraft kit, the coordinator role, how important that is, the session agendas, and of course mentoring, one of the most valuable aspects of having a Speechcraft workshop. What is Speechcraft anyway? Speechcraft is, according to Toastmasters, your #1 membership building tool. So therefore, when we're trying to make our club get a little higher up in membership, obviously this is a very good tool. Also is an opportunity to succeed for the people who are participating. The idea is that we're running a workshop that is meant to onboard brand new Toastmasters to what Toastmasters is all about and teach them the absolute fundamental speaking skills that people would need. Speechcraft kit, which you can get from your friendly neighborhood District 6 Speechcraft chair, so I know a guy, is a large kit that comes from Toastmasters, and it's all about giving you everything you need to actually run a Speechcraft. You can buy different portions of it, like let's say, in this case, say I think you get about 5 workbooks. If you were to have 10 people in your Speechcraft, you might need to get some extra workbooks. But there's a lot going on in there. I will demonstrate a few things. Here, when you see the coordinator's guide, this is going to be kind of a very valuable tool to the coordinator to make sure we know exactly how it's run. Then the mentor instructions. I'll go ahead and, why don't I just go ahead and pass that. Are you done looking at that? Pass it to the next person. Then we have mentor instructions. A lot of people are like, whoa, wait a second, I'm going to be a mentor for this workshop? Yes, maybe not the new people, but the more experienced members will be mentors and saying, okay, what do I do? Well, here we go, got you covered. Handful of nice friendly tips to get you going and get you prepared for being a proper mentor to improve the club and its new members. Workbooks. This is what the participants in the Speechcraft will be reading. Everyone's going to be getting one of these, which will help them figure out their assignments. Go ahead and pass that around as well. Brochures for the club. There are two different brochures here. One is if you're trying to sell the idea of Speechcraft to your club, which we don't have to do, but I thought I'd show it anyway. You show the #1 membership building tool. It's a pretty good way to get people to say, you know what, let's do it. Pass that around. Then we have Speechcraft, an opportunity to succeed. This is the brochure that you hand to prospective Speechcraft participants. So maybe you bring those to your place of work, you hand them out to coworkers, friends, things like that. Then there are certificates. When you finish, you get a nice friendly certificate saying, I finished a Speechcraft workshop. So you get one of these guys, participant, slide that around. And then there's one more for the coordinator. Coordinator gets their own special one. It's way different. It says coordinator instead of participant. Pass that around too. And expanding your horizons. Expanding your horizons is a list of a whole bunch of different workshops that Toastmasters runs. My favorite is Speechcraft, but there are a lot of other ones that you can consider. Pass that around as well. Next up, the coordinator. The coordinator is a very important person. They're essentially a glorified Toastmaster for a few weeks. That should be a very experienced Toastmaster. They should have knowledge of Speechcraft. They should have some kind of belief in Speechcraft. They should actually think this is a good idea, we should do that. And they're willing to herd the cats for a few weeks. They're going to do a little bit more than your general Toastmaster. They're going to have to work closely with the VPE to make sure everything happens properly. And if you're wondering who to pick, maybe look for someone who's looking to wrap up their Advanced Communicator Gold Award. Because in order to complete your Advanced Communicator Gold, which is the top of the certification for the speaking track of Toastmasters, you need to run a workshop. And I think that Speechcraft is the most valuable one, so I strongly suggest using the Speechcraft workshop coordinator position to finish your Advanced Communicator Gold. Session agendas. As soon as you figure out who the coordinator should be, one of the first most important things that you want to do is work with the VPE to develop a handful of agendas. It's a 4, 6, or 8 session workshop. Figure out which one your club is going to do, then get them on the calendar right away. There's going to be some logistics to figure out who's going to do what role and who's going to be an advisor, things like that. Luckily, if you look in the coordinator's guide, which one is still being passed around, you'll notice that there already are sample agendas for you. There's an outline of what exactly to do, and then an explanation of each step. So you don't have to do that much thinking, and it isn't that difficult. In reality, the execution of Speechcraft is not particularly difficult. Nail down the meeting roles, who's going to be your timer, who's going to be whatever roles happen to exist. Each week is a little bit different. In the first week, there's going to be a lot of roles that the members are going to be doing. In the second week, some of the participants are going to take a few of the roles. In the third week, the participants are going to take more of the roles. By the end, they do most of the work. So they're really ready to contribute when all is said and done. Also, nail down your advisors in advance. Who in the club is going to be an advisor? So we'll figure that out within the next couple of days. Mentoring. When you're going to be a mentor, a lot of times people will think, well, hold on a minute, I've only been in Toastmasters for 6 months, or a year or two. How could I be a mentor? Well, that's not really necessary. You don't need to be an extremely highly experienced Toastmaster. All you're really going to be doing is guiding brand new Toastmasters through their first few speeches. If you've already done that, you're ready to be a mentor. Perfectly fine and capable of it. Maybe you're not, maybe you haven't been in Toastmasters for 20 years like Wayne has. But you've been in Toastmasters for 6 months or 12 months, you've given a handful of speeches, you know all the roles, you're perfectly capable of it. Yeah, now it's time to start challenging yourself. Luckily, you also get competent leader credit. At the end of the manual, you'll notice one of the harder projects is to mentor someone through their first few speeches. So you'll be getting credit for that. It improves mentoring and leadership skills for the club, and that's really important. If everyone is a better leader and a better mentor, you're going to have a much stronger club. New members will be better prepared to contribute. So again, very valuable. Make sure that you step up to it. To recap, we talked about what Speechcraft is. We talked about the contents of the Speechcraft kit. We talked about the importance of the coordinator role and how it's important to fill up your sessions really quickly, and how mentoring is a very vital and very important to Speechcraft, and everyone should step up to do it. With that, I'll turn it over to our Toastmaster, Matt.